So here's our coconut flour and our psyllium husks. So I've already ground up the chia seeds and the flax. It's funny how when you grind it up it makes more. That air got in there. I'm really excited to try this with the psyllium husk. This is supposed to be like really good for you. And I don't know how many carbs are in it, but I was thinking it can't be that much. So I'm going to stick it in here, give it a quick zip. Wondering what kind of a blender this is. It's a Ninja. And I know there's a lot of people on here recommending really expensive blenders and things, but man, it does everything I want. I cannot complain. So I'm going to dump that in there. I know I said third, but we're going to put in a couple of tablespoons of this. And we know it's got 9 grams in 2 tablespoons. That's what it says. That's what we're going to go by. This is probably a little bigger than a tablespoon. Like I said, Grandma never does anything perfectly. There we go. Then we're going to add, I think I will measure this. We're going to go with, believe it or not, this spoon is a 1/2 cup measure. 1/2 cup. And we're going to put 2 of these in here. I have found while doing keto that you can use a lot of dry things to substitute for, whoa, hey, more the better. There are no mistakes, there are only happy accidents. Remember that. Alright, now, we'll talk about this tomato paste in a little bit. And I know tomatoes are, you know, evil. Lots of carbs, things like that. I wish I had some fresh ones. I'm going to add some pink salt in here. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a good amount of pink salt in here. My grandma always said bread was no good or crust unless it had salt in it. There you go. Now, for a little bit of flavor, we're going to add, I'm going to put a little bit of Red Star yeast in there just to give it that sort of yeasty flavor. Probably people are going to go, oh, yeast is bad for you. You know, candida and all of that. Well, for about this much, I mean, that's like a good hefty teaspoon, and that's a lot of you know, chia seeds and flax and psyllium and a couple of tablespoons of the coconut flour. I don't think that's going to be too much. If you know the carb count in yeast, let me know. Oh dear God, I hope it's not high. Shouldn't be. Black pepper, I like black pepper. You put in however much you like. Now, for my Italian seasoning, I picked up at the Amish store yesterday or the day before. Can't remember when it was. Yesterday. I'm going to put a good amount in there. I love Italian seasoning. Okay, we're going to stir this all up, and then I'm going to mix it with some shredded cheddar cheese, and we're going to bind it together with sparkling water. I don't know why, I just like the sparkling water in it. It just gives me a lift. I'm also going to add some baking powder. For sure. Baking powder, because we need something to make it rise. And I like a thick crust pizza, so let's see how this works. It could be a winner, it could be a bummer. I can tell you what too, I think because it's pizza crust, we cannot do this without some oil. And I'm using coconut oil, of course. So, be right back. Okay, we added a little bit of the sparkling water and we've wallered it around until it's all nice. You can feel it, it feels great. It's soft, it has all that cheese and spices, and Grandma may have got a little carried away with the pepper though. That's okay, I like pepper. And I'm going to take it out of here. It came out clean, pretty much. And we're going to stick it on my pizza stone. Yeah, block the light, Grandma. Told you I'm terrible with lighting. Okay. And we're going to sit here and we're going to press out our pizza crust. But I'm going to bake this off just a little bit first, because I think it's going to need to cook by itself. What do you think? Good? Looks good. I already tasted it. Tastes good. We'll be back. I want you to have a look at this crust. It's raised up. It's puffy. It is not cooked all the way through yet, because I'm going to put some goodies on it and then finish cooking it. The other day I thought I had everything in view, and I did not. So I melted my avocado oil and my Kerrygold butter, and it is in this, and it's got the garlic in it. You know, and really after smelling it, I think it needs a little more garlic. Yep. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm just going to take a little of my dried garlic and I'm just going to sprinkle it on there. Oh my heavens, that smells terrific. Now, I came up with this idea. Like I said, when I cook, it's by the seat of my pants and by my heart. So, if this doesn't work, this will never make YouTube. If it does, it will. This is double concentrated tomato paste. And I looked again with 2 glasses on because it's written in pissant on the back. And you get old, you can't see that stuff. Per tablespoon, it has 7 grams of carb. We've already ascertained that there's maybe 10 in this whole crust here. I'm going to add 7 more. And I'm going to measure it, which you know I do not typically do, but because this is pretty critical and carby, we're gonna, oh, how cool is that? I need a knife. Yeah, I had to get something and poke a hole in the top of it. It had a seal on it. So we're going to fill this up. What's interesting looking tomato paste. Where did I find this? Can't remember. Alright, I'm going to call it a tablespoon. Some of you are going to go, oh, that's a little over the top. If you're a perfectionist, be my guest, my dears. Measure yours the way you want. Leave it out. You know, this is, like I said, this is all just by your heart. And I'm going to stir this up. I wanted it to have a buttery, garlicky, tomatoey taste. And this was the best way. I thought, oh, that ain't bad. But you know what? It needs a little Himalayan pink salt. Yes, it does. I'm just going to give it a little bit there. And we've got the garlic on here, so I'm not going to put any more garlic in it. I'm going to go ahead and get my little brush here, which I got from the dollar store. And I'm going to paint my butter slash tomato paste goodie on. Man, if I had smell-o-vision. That is, it's insane. The smell is completely wonderful, crazy, delicious smelling. I'm going to run this right to the edge. You know, get all that flavor there on those edges. Especially that garlic butter flavor. I mean, wow, you know. And, you know, you can't go wrong with grass-fed butter, they say. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy making up recipes and, you know, taking ideas from other people and then, you know, improving on it or using something about that idea that, you know, strikes me as that sounds great, but I think I can do better, you know, or different, or adjust it to go with the keto lifestyle. That's why I'm enjoying this diet so much. Now, get this. This pizza's humongous. I know. You're looking at this going, Grandma, don't you live alone? Yeah. Yeah, I do. So, my granddaughter, I hope, is coming this weekend because there's going to be lots of slices of pizza frozen. This should last me a good while. On top of this, I'm going to put some real bacon bits. I would have made my own, but, hey, you know, why do that when you've got these readily available? And they're delicious. I'm going to sprinkle just a few on. kind of like Canadian bacon. I found this, the pepperoni, has, what, 1 carb in 16 slices if you're keeping track. The bacon is carb free. Oh, this lifestyle here. I mean, don't you think you could live with this? I mean, wow. This is good food. Hey, Debbie. This is good food. I know, she was kind of scoffing at my diet. She likes doing Weight Watchers. That's okay. It works for her, you know. She might be a carb burner. I know I'm not. I store those puppies. I am going to leave it like this, call it a day. I'm sure someone out there is screaming, put such and such on it. Well, maybe we'll save such and such for another day. But we're going back in the oven, probably for another 20-25 minutes. Like I said, my oven doesn't cook as hot as it should, so we'll come back when it's done. Here it is. I think when it cools, it's going to be wonderful. The crust is bubbling underneath. Of course, I've used a pizza stone. I'm going to cut it. I would like to let it cool down a little bit to cut it, but boy, I'm anxious. You know, with a keto diet and this type of food, you just can't go wrong. I don't see how it could be bad. I watch some people on there and on YouTube, and they're like, oh, how could you give up carbs? You know, the keto diet will kill you and everything else. I don't know, maybe that's a discussion for a whole nother vlog. Let's see if I can still remember to do this. I used to work at Casey's and make pizzas. Yeah, that's not... Oh, well, never mind. I tell you what, this is actually so rich. I think that pieces about that big are really going to be all you're going to want. That's the one thing I have found about the keto diet, is that the food is so wonderful and rich that I don't want to keep eating. I'm satisfied. And that has never happened, even when I was on the Atkins diet for 2 years. It didn't bother me a bit to walk past all that stuff. So here's a slice. Came out clean. Oh, you know what? Even though it might burn my mouth. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's good. I think I would probably put a little more garlic for my personal taste, and maybe I should have sprinkled a little more Italian seasoning on top, but there's nothing that says I can't do that right now. It's delicious. I like flaxseed, so with the chia seed and the flaxseed, it's also healthy. I've been told the avocado oil and everything. This should be a pretty darn healthy pizza. I don't know. I'm no expert, but I'm just ketoing on. Don't forget to hit like or subscribe if you like this. Like I said, my recipes are always fly by the seat of your pants, because you can do this. And you don't need every little single thing measured out. You can trick this out. You can do different things. You can try different stuff. You can say, hey, Grandma, leave out the eggs, or maybe more like a cracker, or what, you know. Play with it. Play with your food. Oh, yeah. I used to tell my kids, don't play with your food. Now I'm telling you, play with your food. Hit like or subscribe. Make an old woman happy. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.